Breathless. Forbidden, Book 2. Written by Susanna Thompson. Narrated by Lauren Sweet. Chapter 14. Cade insisted on going shopping for an engagement ring. We had showered and gotten dressed after our passion was spent, but I was still bare beneath my skirt. I need to stop at my dorm and put on underwear.
Why bother? I'll just want to take them off of you again,
he remarked. I'm not going shopping without underwear on, I stated firmly.
Okay,
he relented.
We'll stop back at the dorm.
Katie was there, and Cade immediately announced to her that we had gotten engaged.
We're going shopping for her ring,
he continued, as her face lit up with happiness for us.
But we had to come back because Lexie forgot to put on underwear.
Katie's smile faltered, and her eyes widened as her face flamed with more embarrassment than mine. I glared at Cade, and he grinned at me. Katie suddenly laughed. I can see how he gets away with saying stuff like that, Lexie, she commented, obviously referring to his disarming grin. Congratulations! Wow, I'm so happy for you. Thanks, I said as she hugged me. I couldn't help feeling the glow of happiness, even with my worry about how our parents would react.
Thanks,
Cade echoed, as Katie hugged him next.
I almost stole her away from you, but she refuses to move in with me until after we get married.
You know your dad would flip out, I told him. I don't know how we're even going to tell him we're engaged. Your dad's not going to be happy about you getting engaged? Katie asked. Does he think you're too young to get married? We're not getting married until we finish college, I explained. Despite Cade's objections, I had been adamant about that. Our parents would need time to adjust to the idea, and I wanted to make sure that we would last long term. If we were still together in 4 years, that would prove that we had staying power. Our situation is complicated, I told Katie.
It doesn't feel complicated,
Cade said. No, it doesn't, I admitted. Not between the two of us. When it was just us, everything felt natural and easy. I quickly grabbed a pair of underwear and shoved them into my purse. I'll be right back. Cade rolled his eyes.
I'm sure your roommate has seen you get dressed before, and so have I. We'll turn our backs if it makes you feel better.
Katie immediately did, and Cade promptly followed suit. I quickly stepped into the panties and pulled them up. Ready, I declared. They both turned to look at me, Katie with a slight flush and Cade with a smirk.
She thought I was lying about you forgetting to put on underwear.
I didn't forget, I snapped, before realizing that sounded worse. Let's go, I commanded as Cade laughed. I marched past him and yanked open the door. He followed me into the hallway.
I'm so glad you came back for your underwear,
he commented, his voice brimming with mirth. Shut up, I muttered. It's your turn to be quiet.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. Should I put on the blindfold?
He asked, pitching his voice louder as we approached a small group of students waiting in front of the elevator. One of the guys snickered, but his friend tried to fist bump me.
A woman in charge! I like it. Get your own,
Cade told him.
This one is mine.
As if I hadn't been embarrassed enough already that day, one of the girls ventured to ask me a question after we all got on the elevator. So, you're like a dominatrix?
Only with me,
Cade said.
You'll have to get your own too.
No, she protested, blushing in embarrassment. I was just wondering what kind of stuff she does. Like, she ties you up and stuff? Does she spank you too? Does it hurt, or do you like it?
It hurts so good,
Cade declared, as my face turned scarlet. I was the first one off the elevator, and Cade had to hurry to catch up with me. Don't talk, I ground out through gritted teeth. He turned his head and called out,
She likes to gag me too.
Don't tempt me, I warned him.
I live to tempt you,
he replied breezily. His offhand comment hit a nerve. Do you think it's just the allure of forbidden fruit?
What?
He questioned in confusion. You and me, I clarified. Do you think we're so tempted just because it's forbidden?
Where the fuck did you get that idea?
He snapped. Logan suggested it once, and it makes sense because,
Fuck Logan.
he swore.
He doesn't know shit about us. I didn't ask you to marry me because you're forbidden.
He halted and spun toward me.
I love you, Lexie. Do you get that? I love you. And you fucking love me too, because I saw joy on your face when I asked you to marry me. That was real and true, and it has nothing to do with any psychological bullshit about forbidden fruit.
His impassioned declaration sent a surge of emotion through me, and it burst forth from me. I love you, I said in wonder, realizing it in that moment. His eyes lit up with happiness, and his smile was the bright, warm one that I could bask in forever. I love you, I repeated giddily.
About damn time.
He tried to joke casually, but he was overflowing with happiness and impulsively embraced me and spun me around. Our kiss was tender and sweet, and we held hands as we walked to his car. It was like a romantic dream that I never wanted to wake from as we drove off to pick out an engagement ring.